Alright guys, now the sauce that I make isn't anything special. That's the one thing about my pizzas. I like my sauce to be plain. I like there to be an even sort of an evenness to my pizza. I don't like there to be too much sauce. I don't like there to be too much dough. I don't like there to be too much cheese or too much toppings or anything like that. But that's up to you. This is your pizza. You make it how you want. But my sauce is nothing to write home about, so I'm sure you got some sauce connoisseurs out of there. You're not making it right. I make mine out of tomatoes, real tomatoes and stuff. Well, I don't. I use tomato paste. Tomato paste is the easiest way to have a just regular, very smooth sauce base. You just take some tomato paste, pour it into pour it into a thing, and then fill up the can up with water, and pour it in. I'll show you this, and you got yourself some tomato sauce, and then you just got to season it. So this is the main ingredient for the sauce that I use, tomato paste. Now the second ingredient, marjoram leaves. This is just a version of Italian seasoning, or just some sort of Italian seasoning. You can smell them. Yes, smells good. And what I like to do, I'll show you what I do when I actually when I actually make the sauce. So I'll show you that. Then there's Italian seasoning. Gotta have Italian seasoning and sauce. I mean, come on now. It's like a mixture of thyme, oregano, margarine, basil, and all that stuff. And rosemary and sage. You gotta have some Italian seasoning. That's what gives the sauce its saucy flavor. Another thing I like is our crushed red pepper. This is great. In addition to the powdered red pepper that I like, I love crushed red pepper. So I have some stuff of this. This is not very powerful. You can tell because the color isn't as vibrant. The more colorful it is, the more powerful it is. That's a good rule. Second thing, I only put a little bit in, but that's just because I love this spice. It's cumin. I just put like a little pinch in, just a little pinch, It's funny. One of the other things that I've actually put in my sauce is powdered chocolate milk mix, Nesquik, and just a pinch, and it actually makes it sets it off kind of cool. I don't recommend you do that, but that was just because I was bored and just trying stuff out. Anyway, onion powder. You can also just use minced onions. You can mince some onions up, fry them in a pan. I don't like the texture of onions, which is as horrible as it is, but I love the flavor. So onion powder is a good substitute. You just use as much as you need. And there's garlic powder. Just go for it. It's garlic powder. Everybody loves garlic powder. You can either use garlic powder or some minced garlic. I don't have any minced garlic. I didn't pick that up, so garlic powder is a good enough substitute. Salt and pepper. It's two key staples in anything. Salt and pepper. Also, I want to put a little squeeze of honey in it just to give it a little bit of sweetness, because the people who I'm making these pizza for, they love sweet sauce. If you don't like sweet sauce, don't put it in, but honey adds a nice little flavor to it. And as always, just a little bit of olive oil for everything. So use the olive oil at your own risk, because it is fattening. You can use the extra virgin olive oil, EVOO as Rachel Ray calls it, but I like olive oil. This is the good stuff. But yeah, so those are the ingredients to make my sauce, and now we'll go over and I'll show you how to make it. Okay, you can put this together pretty much any which way you want. You take your tomato paste, but the first thing you got to do is take your tomato paste, open it up. Yes, I still use the old one. I don't like the electric one. It takes me right in here. Now this pan's a little too big for this, but whatever. All that tomato pasty goodness. Then what you want to do, you want to take the empty can, fill it up with water, and then put that right in here too. Then what you do, you turn on your heat. I don't know, let's say medium to medium low, because you just want the heat. You want it to start, just doing its thing. Pretty much looks like turds in water right now, but it's alright. So we're pretty much good and smooth here. I mean, everything can cook out later. Then you just want to add your ingredients, especially the ingredients that I showed you. Now, a lot of this stuff you do to taste. So the first thing I want to add is some Italian seasoning. I like to add this first because it's the Italian seasoning. So just take a little bit of it. Put I don't even know what that is. So you can see it start to boil up now. So turn that heat down. Then I want to add some marjoram leaves. Now I told you I did a little bit of something, so I take my hand, I put a little bit of it in there, and I don't like these leaves, so I kind of crush it in there. That's like instantly activating the flavor, in my opinion. I'll put a little bit of this stuff in here, the crushed red peppers, just a little bit, just to say that it's in there. This is a sauce anybody can like, because I'm not a big fan of having chunks of tomatoes in. But if you like chunks of tomatoes, you can do this and then throw some, some crushed tomatoes in there if you want. There's so much you can do. Next up, I want to take that pinch of cumin. Smell that. Can you smell it? Can you smell that? The little thing right there? Smell it. Garlic powder. A good bit of it. I love garlic. And garlic is meant for Italian food, in my opinion. Whoever invented garlic is the man. He's awesome. You can see it's starting to thicken up a little bit. Here's some onion powder. Get that onion flavor in there. Ooh. One other thing I forgot, I actually forgot about this, is Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese. You should put some of that in there too. Now what we have is some Parmesan and Romano, so I'm just going to throw that in there, and that cheese will cook in there real good. Next up, just a little squirt of honey, honey, whatever that is. Yeah, that looks good. The honey obviously will sweeten this up, kind of make it less tangy. I mean, if you like tangy sauce, then don't put the honey in. It's up to you. It's up to what you like, wherever you're cooking it for. Last but not least, a little dollop of this olive oil here. There we go. I love olive oil. Told you that. That thins it out just a little bit and makes it easy and pliable, and it actually keeps it for a while a little bit better. So, man, if you could smell this, it'd be great. A little bit of salt, pepper. Ground, black pepper's not that hot, so having that pepper flavor in there really is good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, look at that. That's a good pizza sauce. It's nothing overtly special, nothing crazy cool, but it's simple, easy, and with the right ingredients, you can really get some good flavor out of it. So let's take a. Don't worry, I wash my hands. That's good. Here's the important thing. In here, I'm not sure if you can see, is a pizza stone. That is a pizza stone. It's just a little clay stone that can survive up to high temperatures, but in there, the reason why it looks so dirty is because you're not supposed to wash it, but that's just, that's olive oil actually. It's been burned into it, crisped into it, so it actually has flavor. But what you do is you preheat that. You preheat the oven to 500 degrees. I want to do that now. Yes, 500 degrees. So you want to make sure your oven can handle that. This one can, and you want to, preheat it. Preheat the pizza stone in it so that it gets nice and hot, and that is the secret to making a crispy crust. Because a lot of people use like you know cake pans. That's good. They'll work. They'll work all right, but your dough won't come out really crispy. So just remember that. So I'll turn that light on. So yep, I want to let that preheat, and then I think we'll be starting to make some pizzas soon.